Welcome to the Barrel Room Podcast, your front row seats the world of whiskey and bourbon. In every episode, we're pouring up something worth talking about. From small batch standouts to big label legends, we sip, review, and break it all down one pour at a time. We'll talk tasting notes, tell stories, give the occasional review on real-life experiences, and every now and then, bring in a special guest from the industry to share a pour and a conversation. This podcast is made possible by the general support of our sponsors. Edward Jones, Chris Ridgick, Aged Wisdom, Bold Strategies, Fallen Brothers Crafted Spirits, Crafted in Honor, Shared in Remembrance, Maui's Liquor, Pouring Paradise, one bottle at a time, the Barrel Room Bourbon Club at Maui's Liquor, united by the pour, Good News Brewing Company, where everyone loves good news, and Grillo's Chop and Barrel, where fine whiskey meets fine meat. So pull up a chair, have a pour as we dive into this week's episode of the Barrel Room Podcast. This pour of the Barrel Room is brought to you by Edward Jones financial advisor, Chris Ridgick. Just like a well-aged whiskey, a solid financial plan takes time, patience, and the right guidance. Whether you're investing for the future or planning your next big barrel pick, Chris is here to help you build a strategy that fits your goals and your lifestyle. So let's raise a glass to smart decisions and visit edwardjones.com/Chris Ridgick to get started. And now let's welcome our hosts, Brian Bisking and Kenny Gales.
What's up, everybody? Brian Bisking, co-host of the Barrel Room Podcast. Joining you today. Happy Halloween. You're probably thinking, where the hell's everybody else? Well, unfortunately, this week we had a very, very last minute cancellation with a guest who had to take an emergency. And so we were unable to coordinate anything else to record for this week. And so Kenny and I chatted, and I said, look, it's the end of the month. We got to draw the raffles for the blind bottle, and we got to draw the raffles for the podcast. I said, I'm just going to go jump on, and I'm going to do a quick podcast. I'm going to highlight the Barrel Room Bourbon Club because we're getting a lot of questions about the new locker club that we're opening at Maui's Liquor in Cottleville. And so I thought it just made sense for us to just jump on here and talk a little bit about that, do our raffles, and then we'll be back at normal in 2 weeks on Friday like we always do. So without further ado, I want to give a shout out to Joe Maui and Maui's Liquor. If you haven't seen or haven't heard, we are opening the Barrel Room Bourbon Club at Maui's Liquor on November 23rd from 2 to 6 p.m. is our grand opening. It's going to be an open house type style. We're going to have some food catered in. We'll have some great bottles open for tasting and samples. And you'll be able to see the new Barrel Room Bourbon Club at Maui's Liquor. And so we're really excited about it. We put a lot of work into it, a lot of thought into it, a lot of effort has went into this. Shout out to my partner, Kenny Gales, and Joe Maui on all the support and help that they've been. The construction is done as of today, we'll see. But I'll throw a little video down here as I continue to talk about kind of just giving you a glimpse of what the future holds. And you're gonna have to use your imagination a little bit because, like I said, it's not 100% finished, and we don't have any furniture. The bar isn't in. None of that's in yet. That'll be coming hopefully next week. We'll finalize all those details and then be ready for a grand opening on the 23rd of November. So a lot of questions have been coming into me. I know to Kenny, what is this? What are you guys doing? And I've told everybody this is not a whiskey club. Is it a whiskey club? Kind of, but it's a social club first and foremost. When I had this idea and Kenny had this idea, it's evolved over the year or so that we've been doing this, but we wanted to create a community for like-minded people to come and collaborate and celebrate, build friendships, build relationships that will last a lifetime. And so we set out on this journey to create that. And we started obviously earlier this year, and now we're getting ready to open our first physical location. And I do mean first because there's a lot of exciting things coming in the future. But this club is in Maui's Liquor, in the back of Maui's Liquor. If you haven't been into Maui's Liquor, he's right off Central School Road in Cottleville, the same parking lot as Rack House. And it's a very quaint little community. If you've never been to Cottleville, check it out. Great community, great things to do all around the city of Cottleville. But our space is in the back of Maui's Liquor. It will hold roughly 20 to 25 people. We wanted it small enough to make it intimate, to be able to really get to know each other and collaborate, become friends, and build relationships and connections for years to come. And so it'll hold 20, 25 people. We have 48 lockers in there. We'll have a bar fully stocked with every kind of liquor you could possibly want. We have a keg that's been graciously sponsored by Good News Brewing Company. So thanks to Dan Tripp and Good News Brewing Company for the sponsorship on the keg. There will be, leather seats, bar stools, bar tables, tops, and great decor. Thanks to my beautiful wife, Allie, for helping us with all that. But it's a social club first and foremost. And so what I mean by that is maybe you're not a whiskey drinker. That's okay. Maybe you like wine, or maybe you like scotch, or maybe you're a rum guy or a vodka person, or maybe you like gin. This club is for all of that. It's a social club that we can gather as friends and family, support one another, collaborate with one another, and share in the spirit that you like or you want. So we'll have a monthly bottle share for whiskey, but we'll also have a monthly event for other items. It could be whiskey, it could be rum, it could be wine. I know my wife really would like to do a wine night there. We're going to do it. It may be, hey, we're bringing in 3 vodkas this month for you to taste and sample. It could be beer, maybe do a beer tasting and have Good News come in and sample 3 or 4 or 5 there'll be different beers for guests. So it's not just a whiskey club, it's a social club that gathers around the spirit that they like. Will there be an emphasis on whiskey? 100%. It's called the Barrel Room Bourbon Club. But I know my wife doesn't like bourbon. I know Kenny's wife, she likes it, but would probably rather drink wine. I know Joe's wife is the same way. Most of our friends, most of the members of the Barrel Room Bourbon Club, their spouse or maybe one of their friends isn't a huge whiskey person, but they want to feel part of it. They want to be part of this community that we're building. And so you're all welcome. If you want to buy a locker to store your unbelievable Napa Valley wines in, you're more than welcome. We'd love to have you. So I can't emphasize that enough. This is going to be unique. It's going to be different. There's nothing like this in St. Charles County. I'm not sure there's anything like this in St. Louis County, where there's a private exclusive club for members only. Their only members are going to be allowed in there to store whatever prize spirit you want, to come and drink and collaborate and build friendships for, like I said, years to come. And so we're really, really excited about it. I think I mentioned we have 48 lockers, seating for 20 to 25, depending on if we're doing an event or if just a regular social night. And a lot of people have been asking, well, how do we get involved? What do we do to sign up? And it's very simple. You go to barrelroombourbon.com. You're going to see a tab at the top of the website that says BRBC at Maui's. You click on that. There's pricing plans on there for kind of what our four membership tiers are. And there's no longer a free membership, unfortunately, as we have grown, as we have invested in this community, this club, which is, I say this all the time, it's not my club, it's not Kenny's club, it's not Joe's club, it's our club. We unfortunately just don't have the capacity or the bandwidth for free members anymore. You can still sign up to be a free member through the Barrel Room Bourbon Club and be able to buy merchandise, see what's going on, things along those lines. Even attend our Christmas party that we'll be releasing tickets for tomorrow. But for the Barrel Room Bourbon Club at Maui's and the Locker Club, that will be for paying members only. So then I was asked, well, what if I'm already a single barrel member that I'm paying my $10 a month for? You're grandfathered in. You helped us build this community. You've been an integral part of launching what we have established. And we're going to grandfather you in at that $10 a month. So that $10 a month gets you into the club on ticketed events. So events that there's tickets for. So for example, bottle shares. We'll be doing bottle shares at least once a month, just like we have been in the past. You have access to get a ticket to that bottle share. If we do a wine event, like I mentioned, or we do a scotch night, or we do a vodka night, you can purchase a ticket to come into the Barrel Room Bourbon Club at Maui's Liquor and be a part of the Locker Club. So that one's $19 a month. That is very reasonable very affordable for anybody who wants to be a part of it, but really only wants to come for certain events or special events. Doesn't need a locker really because they live too far away, or they're only going to be able to spend so much time there or something along those lines. It's a great membership tier for you. $19 a month going forward is a steal, really, because you're going to have access to some really, really cool things that I'll get to here later in the episode. Our second tier is our co-locker membership. Those are $59 a month. Those memberships allow you the same access as a locker club member or an elite locker club member. So as a co-locker, you and one other person, you don't have to sign up together, but when you sign up, you have to enter your friend or partner's name as your partner. And until that other person signs up, you're not granted your locker until you both are registered and signed up. Once that happens, you two share a locker and you have full access to the club 7 days a week, just like a locker club member would. Also with co-lockers, locker club members, and elite locker club members, there's some really cool perks that I'm going to get to here at the end, so stay tuned for that. But the next membership tier is our locker club members. They're $89 a month. That gets you access to your own private locker. The lockers are tall enough to hold the 15-inch bottles, wide enough to probably hold 15 bottles of whiskey or wine or whatever it is that you want. And you have access to the club, all the events completely free. There's no cost for any of that by being a locker club member. And then the final tier is our elite locker club member, which is essentially the same exact thing as a locker club member, but you pay up front for 1 year. So if you pay up front for 1 year as an elite locker club member, then you get a $10 discount off of every month, so $120 back off of the purchase. So it's a way to say, hey, you know what? You're investing in us. We're going to invest in you. We thank you for your support. We appreciate you. We see you. And you now get that discount of $10 a month, essentially, for prepaying for 1 year. So those are 4 memberships. We have, like I said, the single barrel membership, which is $19 a month. We have the co-locker at $59. We have the locker club member at $89. And then we have elite locker clubs, which is technically $79 because you're prepaying for 1 year. Now, I said to you, stay tuned because I was going to get to some perks. Some great perks if you are a co-locker member, a locker club member, or an elite locker club member. You get 10% off anything in Maui's liquor. 10% off any of Fallen Brothers Crafted Spirits. You get 15% off if with the Barrel Room Bourbon Club on their Barrel Room Bourbon Club picks. So if you haven't known or haven't heard, we literally released one yesterday. It's called Fallen Oak. It's our very first Barrel Room Bourbon Club release through Fallen Brothers Crafted Spirits. Shout out to them for the support and help in this. It's a 12-year double oaked barrel that is 116 proof. It's an incredible bottle. We released that yesterday. If you haven't gotten one, go to fallenbrotherscraftedspirits.com. You can buy one. Go to Maui's Liquor. He has them on the shelf. But we're going to do at least 4 barrel picks a year that you'll have access to with 15% off. And if you're an elite locker club member, meaning you prepaid up front, you'll be invited to those barrel picks as being a part of the Barrel Room Bourbon Club. So it's just another great way to take advantage of the membership and the benefits the membership brings you. I don't know about you, but I spend a lot of money at Maui's Liquor. You're welcome, Joe. 10% off adds up quick, and next thing you'll know, that's eaten into your monthly cost of what the club is. So just some great perks, great advantages by being a locker club member at the Barrel Room Bourbon Club at Maui's. But also just an exciting time for all of our friends and family and community to gather together on November 23rd for our grand opening. Like I said earlier, stop by. We'll have some food appetizers. We'll have some great bottles for tasting and samples. You can check out the space, see if it's for you, see if it's not for you. That's okay. We'd still just love to see you anyway. But we're very, very excited about this venture, and we're really close to being fully open. I would say probably another week, and we'll have chairs and bar and decor, I guess is what I should say. But we're really close to getting it open. So you just saw the sneak peek that we showed you. Think of that, but envision it with a luxury, leathery, speakeasy vibe is what we're going for back there. And so we're very, very excited for that. The second part of me just jumping on here was obviously to do our raffles. So I got to give a shout out to Mr. Mike Grillo and Grillo Shop and Barrel, great friend of mine. This is the bottle that we have picked for this month's blind bottle for the Barrel Room Podcast. If you're wondering, well, how do I get my name into the raffle for the blind bottles for the Barrel Room Podcast? Very simple. Like, share, comment on any of our posts on the podcast page. And every month, at the end of the month, I go and look at the engagement on the Facebook page, and Facebook provides me, who my top fans are, and I take the top 3 of that particular month. I throw their name into the wheel here that we raffle off, and if it lands on your name, you win that bottle. So great opportunity for you to win a free bottle every month by just simply supporting us and sharing our posts and commenting on our posts and getting engaged in our social media. It's our way of saying, hey, thank you. We recognize you. We see you. This month, I want to give a shout out to 3 incredible people who have been supporters of the Barrel Room Podcast and the Barrel Room Bourbon Club since inception. And there's no surprise that these 3 people are at the top of the list this month for the most engagement for the Barrel Room Podcast. And that is Keith Collier, Tom Whitehill, and Bill Russell. All 3 of you have been incredible supporters. You're all 3 ambassadors of the new Barrel Room Bourbon Club. And we just can't thank you enough. And so without further ado, I'm going to raffle off this incredible Knob Creek single barrel cast strength rye whiskey that Mr. Grillo has in his store. If you want this and your name doesn't get picked, it's 115.1 proof. It is absolutely killer. I think this is my 3rd bottle I have bought from him. I'm really on to Knob Creek right now, for those who want to know. But this is when he said to me, I know you don't like rye, but try this. I was like, okay, I'll try it. And I was like, that's killer. I'm starting to come around, like Kenny said I would, and starting to dig into the rye. And that rye is one of the best I've ever had. So without further ado, we're going ahead and spin the wheel. And wouldn't you know it, Mr. Keith Collier, congratulations, my friend. I know you've been fighting hard to get your name in the top spot, and you this month made it in the top 3. So thank you, Keith, for the support and engagement. You have a Knob Creek single barrel, thanks to Grillo's Shop and Barrel, on the way to you, my friend. But again, thank you to Bill, Tom, Keith. All 3 of you guys have been extremely great supporters and helping us grow this community that we're building. And so we can't thank you enough. And then the final bottle of the month, which is the blind bottle for the Barrel Room Bourbon Club. How do you win this bottle? Well, if you are a single barrel member, a locker club member on any tier, co-locker, locker club, elite locker club, your name is on this wheel that I'm getting ready to spin. And if this lands on your name, you have the opportunity to pick one of 3 Fallen Brothers Crafted Spirit bottles between the Brick by Brick, the Brothers in Arms, or the Fallen Oak. So we'll spin the wheel here in just a moment, and whoever wins, we'll get in touch with you. You can tell us which bottle of the Fallen Brothers Crafted Spirits that you'd like to have. You can pick it up at Maui's Liquor, or we can get it to you another way. But without further ado, let's spin the wheel. Kyle Austin, congratulations, my friend. For first month member and first locker club member. You obviously are a founding member. We just thank you, Kyle. This is our way of saying thank you and appreciate the support you've been, and look forward to getting to know you better and connecting and building a relationship. But you have now won a free Fallen Brothers Crafted Spirit bottle. Again, there's 3 to choose from: Fallen Oak, Brother in Arms, or Brick by Brick. We'll let you make that decision, and we'll make sure that you get your bottle. But if you didn't win, we still appreciate you all anyway. We have no say over how this wheel works, but it's just a fun way to bring everybody together and hope to win a free bottle. I know Chris Vincent's won, Bill Russell's won, Paul Gales has won. I can't even remember everybody that's won a free bottle, but it's a really cool way for us to give back. And also shout out to Maui's Liquor for the sponsorship on the blind bottle through the Barrel Room Bourbon Club. Maui's Liquor and Grillo Shop and Barrel are probably about the only 2 places I ever shop for whiskey or any alcohol, frankly, because I like to support our local people and our local small businesses, and they've supported us through thick and thin. So special shout out to Maui's Liquor and Grillo's Shop and Barrel.
In every firehouse, every patrol car, every ambulance, and every military unit, there's a bond forged in courage, sealed by sacrifice. At Fallen Brothers Crafted Spirits, we raise a glass to the heroes who never made it home. Crafted in honor, shared in remembrance. Each bottle of our handcrafted whiskey tells a story of bravery, of brotherhood, of lives lived in service. And with every pour, you're giving back. Because a portion of every bottle goes directly to organizations supporting the families of fallen first responders right here in our area. To the ones who answered the call, to the ones who still do, and to those we'll never forget, fallen brothers, crafted spirits. Raise one. Remember them. Available now. Drink with honor. Support with heart.
But that's it really for this episode. I just wanted to come on here, talk a little about the club, the membership tiers, how it's working, announce our grand opening, which is November 23rd from 2 to 6 p.m. Stop by, have a drink, see what we got going on, celebrate with us. We'd love for you to be a part of it. And also we will be releasing tomorrow. Tickets will go on sale for our Christmas party that is being sponsored by Meyer Contracting. Shout out to Brian Meyer and Sarah Meyer for the support in the club. Also my cousins, so we appreciate the support. But they have a beautiful house, and behind their house they built what appears to be another house. It's a garage with a whiskey room upstairs, batting cages, basketball court. It's a really cool spot. And so Meyer Contracting is providing the facility for us upstairs in their whiskey club. There's only 30 tickets being sold. So once those 30 tickets are gone, they're gone. Wives and spouses are more than welcome to purchase a ticket as well and join you for our Christmas party. We actually would welcome that and love that for sometimes for the wives to be able to partake on the shenanigans that we do. And so if you go to BellRoomBourbonClub.com, you go to events, you find the Christmas party on December 18th. It's a Thursday night from 6 to 10-ish p.m. or whenever we decide, okay, we've had enough and it's time to go home. Buy a ticket for you or your wife or both or whatever. But again, there's only 30 tickets being sold total. So between all the paying members, and there are options for free members to purchase a ticket here as well. Go on there, buy a ticket, come celebrate the holidays and the festivities with us. We have a lot of fun things planned. You'll see that when you go to the BellRoomBourbonClub.com to sign up. We got some fun festival games, things along those lines that we're going to be partaking in, and we'll have a barrel Christmas tree. So a whiskey barrel Christmas tree, thanks to my cousin Sarah Meyer, who's helping build that. Shout out to Burnt Barrel, who's providing the barrels for that, and Blacksmith Distillery, who's also providing some barrels to help build the Christmas tree made out of whiskey barrels. But that'll be another fun event. So stay in touch, stay tuned. Remember to like, follow, and share this episode on your Facebook page so that we can get out to the community more and let them know what we're creating and what we're doing. Your name will most likely be thrown into the raffle for next month's podcast. And if you want to become a member of the Barrel Room Bourbon Club, go to our website, like I said, BarrelRoomBourbonClub.com. Sign up. We'd love to have you. We'd love to you to be a part of this community and this social experience that we're building. It'll be a lot of fun, a lot of exciting things. So stay tuned for that. At the end of this, I just want to give a shout out to the sponsors who help make all of this possible, frankly. Grillo's Shop and Barrel, Maui's Liquor, Fallen Brothers Crafted Spirits, the Barrel Room Bourbon Club, Good News Brewing, Edward Jones. We see you. We appreciate you. We couldn't do it without your support. If you guys haven't shopped at these places or get provided business to these places, I highly suggest you check them out. All great local businesses, even Edward Jones, as big as they are, they're headquartered here in St. Louis. And so Chris Ridgig, who is my financial advisor, he is a major sponsor of this podcast and the Barrel Room Bourbon Club. Check him out at Edward Jones. But all of our sponsors have been nothing but incredible. And so we appreciate you and thank you. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Stay tuned. We got another great episode with a great guest coming out in 2 weeks from today. See you next time.